Jeez. Yeah, it's raining like hell out there. Take a look. We're having a little thunderstorm here, so bear with the flashes and the noise while I try to talk to you about the plane here. A couple of people on RCG and YouTube, respectively, wanted to know how I managed to cram all my crap into the tiny little, well, it seems big at first until you start adding a ton of stuff. The little canopy area, fuselage, interior, cockpit, whatever you want to call it, of the Falcon. Well, what I did here, I took liberties. I obviously don't use the stock canopy. It would never fit. So I'm coming up with my own system. I'm going to have more Velcro pads either side all the way up. I've already got these, this, and this. There'll be one more here. I'm going to move that over, or over there somewhere. GPS for the OSD. And 2 more pads there, and then that will allow me to build my own cover that'll Velcro on and stay put, hopefully, in flight. So yeah, you kind of have to ignore the fact that it's too big for the stock canopy. I'm not sure if you can make it fit or not, but I really doubt it. Especially now with the camera up front there, you would have to do something pretty radical to the canopy to make it fit. Anyway, as you can see, this whole system's hot. It's actually running. Let's see. Voila. Flight systems are up, and the video is transmitting with the OSD going and everything. Anyway, let's do this quickly. Camera up front. Here's my layout. This is a KTNC KPC 700 DNR, or DNR 700, however you're supposed to say it there. That's my main camera. I like it. A lot of people say it looks washed out, whatever. It's a utilitarian camera. I like it. It's got exceptional light sensitivity. You just wouldn't believe it. You can fly this bitch at night, no problem. Anyway, there's the voltage alarm monitor for the big flight pack. This is a Turnigy 3S 3000 milliamp hour pack. On top of that, velcroed down to it as well, is the microphone for the FPV system. That's so I can hear these alarms when they start chirping, if I should ever need to. And besides that, I can also hear, you know, miscellaneous other things in live, and that's good. This here is the current sensor for the Dragon OSD. I've got it wrapped around, trailing out. There's the ESC, that's a 60 amp Emax. This here's the Dragon Link receiver going to its antenna there. You'll probably have noticed by now the motor sits on top of the pod. You've seen that in my other videos. I like it there. I like the way I don't have to worry about chopping my fingertips when I hand launch, and I also don't have to worry about busting props on hard surfaces when it comes down hard, or whatever. Hell, it don't have to come down hard. All it has to do is land and you're going to break a prop. It's either that or use folding props. I like it anyway. It's a good setup, and it's tough as nails the way I build it. See that? It's an aluminum bracket that I made myself from a Radio Shack project box, epoxied to the top of that pod, bent, well, ground. The top of the pod was ground down on a down thrust angle, and then the bracket epoxied, and then the rest of the unit epoxied to that, etc. And it's very strong. The VTX feeds to a homemade V antenna right there on the other stabilizer. Of course, this is the 808-11, 808 HD 11. Keycam high def for recording flight video. Under here, did I cover this yet? That's a 500 milliamp hour 3S pack for the video system, the FPV system. And of course, that's my new baby under there. Hard to see, but it's nestled down in there. That's the Dragon OSD. Basically, yeah, you can no longer fit the canopy on this. It would never work without radical carving, shaping, cutting, that kind of thing. But that's okay because I've got these tab setups, Velcro pads. This is going to be moved back here, Velcro there, Velcro pads here, and then I'll make my own cover that'll Velcro down and hopefully stay put in flight. That's the way I do it. Your mileage may vary. It balances nicely, partly due to this weight here. Everything balances nicely laterally, and my center of gravity, let me see, comes to a point somewhere about here. I've got marks on the undersides of the wings, and I'll want to show you this too, if I can grab it. Where are my holes? Okay, there we are. I've got, see, just between my fingers there, right in the center, that little mark, and that one just below my thumb there in the center, that's the CG point for front to back. These holes, where my thumb and ring finger are, I made myself. I burned them in with a hot ratchet handle. They're just deep enough for my fingertips to sit in, nice and tight. I can throw this thing like nothing now. Great. Miles better than the half-assed Chinese finger grip that they put on the stock, which I've ground down and gotten rid of. The whole underside is taped to protect it now and give it some extra durability. Works apparently pretty well. Last time I flew it, I had death spins because my CG was whacked. Well, that should be all better now because I really didn't check it out before I brought it in the field. I asked for it. Ailerons elevons are taped as well to give them more strength, and boy did that work out nice. They are strong. They're like balsa kind of strong now. Love it. Anyway, there you go. To recap very quickly, low voltage alarm for the main battery, which is 3000 milliamp hour, microphone for the PV system that dominates this side, and the Dragon Link receiver. GPS for the Dragon OSD, feeds from a cable through the middle and over there. On this side, Dragon OSD up front, FPV flight battery 3S 500 milliamp hour right behind it. Current sensor for the OSD for the main flight pack. Cable comes around, goes here, lays on top, does a little curly Q, and presto, there's your ESC right there, feeding wires back to the motor, which sits atop the pod. Video system, cameras on a long handmade cable that makes spaghetti and goes into the OSD. Output goes to the VTX, V antenna there. And that's it. That's really all there is to it. All up weight approaches 1150 grams, maybe even close to 1200 by now because a couple of additional things due to the OSD. But she flies very well, and that motor's powerful. That's 2700 kV airfield RC motor from Hobby Parts. Very strong motor. She's good. She's got guts. Aside of that, servos are cheapies. I'm going to replace them with Metal Gear servos from Hobby King shortly, as soon as the order ships and arrives. That's all I know, kids. I better drop this before my video quits on me. Thanks for watching, and there will be more to come. There'll be a flight demonstration if the weather ever clears up for me. Gotta test it out and see what she can do, and I gotta fly that OSD. It'll be the first time for me. I'm excited about that. I love that thing already. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope that clears up some questions some of you may have had, and feel free to ask me anything. I'll share. Got no problem with that. And bye for now. See you next time.